Hey friends, my name is Rick and welcome to my Cape Cod life. I'm in the basement and that can only be one thing. It's time to start some plants. So I'm going to do my seedlings today. I have a number of things I'm going to plant and I hope you come along. Alright, I have these all filled up. Let's rock and roll. So I'm going to start with the snapdragons. They're tiny little seeds. I got these from a seed swap. Oh, was it last year? I think it was the year before, from Miss Ashley at CNC Farms. So let's get those started. These are just going to be for my garden, so I'm just going to plant a 6 cell tray of those, and let me show you how I do that. Alright, so snapdragons actually need the light to germinate, so I'm just pressing the soil down in so it's nice and firm. That way the seeds will have a better surface in which they can germinate on. So if I open this little bag, it's terrible when you have fat fingers. Alright, we got it. And these things, oh my gosh, they're like dust. Alright, that down. I'm gonna have to thin these out because I can't even see. I think once they germinate, doing 2 to a cell will be fine. And when I'm done planting my seeds, I will hit this with some mist, and that'll help kind of lock them into place. Alright, hopefully I get those in. And we're on to our next thing, but we definitely want to label this, and I have already lost that tag. And these are just a variety of snapdragons. I grew some last year. I got white and yellow last year. Alright, well, I'll make a new tag. So I made a new tag, snapdragons 25, that's the date. I'll put them in. Alright, those are done. On to onions. Alright, so the onions I'm doing are Walla Walla onions. My friend Carol at Cape Cod Cottage Gardens, she grew these last year and she said they're phenomenal and they got really big. Last year I grew onion sets and they just didn't do well. If you can get this dang package open, we'll be in business. Alright. Now, I'm just going to do like 3 to 5 seeds in each cell. Onions are fairly easy to tease apart. They're good to have in your garden just to ward off some pests. I don't generally do a lot of onions just because they're fairly cheap to buy in the stores and I have limited space in the garden, but I want to try these. Maybe I'll change my mind. And I have a bed devoted to allium, so they'll fit in there. So that's the Walla Walla onions. They'll need a 1/4 inch of soil on top, so let me fold that proper so they don't get away. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on top and just gently pat them in. Of course, as I said, when I'm all done, I'll give this a good misting. I'll put a little water in the bottom. Of course, we will put a humidity dome on top to get them going. And these are all going on a heat mat. All right, they're in. Let's tag those up. And voila. There we go. All right, now we're doing bunching onions. These are Nabucco evergreen. I'm going to multi-sow these too. I'm less concerned about teasing these out because they grow just fine multi-sowed. So I'll plant these whole plugs. Again, I'm doing 3 to 5 seeds, I think. And I'm going to do 2 6-packs. Now, things about these bunching onions, I just cut the tops off, you know, maybe ½ an inch to an inch above the ground, and they just keep growing back. And they overwinter pretty much, so they'll be back in the spring. They'll be prone to going to flower, but I just cut the head off. Alright, so let's label those. I love bunching onions. I think I was only supposed to do one of those. Alright, well, looks like I need another Nabucco. Let's check this one here. I don't know how my tags get so screwed up so quickly. Just trying to be prepared and get everything done. Alright, there we go. That one is on there as well. Put these deep because I'm going to put a humidity dome on it. Now we're going to go into the peppers. I have a number of peppers I want to do. I am going to start with ahi lemon drop. These are a very spicy pepper, I think. Nothing like a ghost pepper, of course. I got these from Nicole Smith. Oh, you know what? Alright, I have enough for 1 row. I'm going to put 2 seeds in each, and we'll take the strongest plant. So we'll thin these out later. These two get like a 1/4 inch of soil, so little sprinkle. Little sprinkle. We'll tap those in. Thank you, Nicole. I only want 1 of these for my garden, but I am growing these for a friend of mine. She doesn't even know it yet, but these are the red cherry peppers. Large red cherry peppers. I'm growing them for my friend Rosemary because I happen to know she really loves them. They're a childhood memory for her, and she's in her golden years, so that was a bit ago. They always had those in the family garden. They would stuff them and pickle them and then use them fresh, like with scrambled eggs. So again, I'm going to do 2, and I will just take the strongest plant in each case. Let's find that sign. Oh, I already put it in. Cherries. Here we go. Let's give it a little bit of soil. These are the first seeds of the season, my friends. Alright, what are we getting next? Hungarian hot wax. This is a fairly spicy pepper. I like them. They're not horrible. They're, I'd say they're on par with a jalapeno. I'm actually just going to put the tag since I have it right away there. So I am 2 seeds. That one looks like it might have gotten 3, but I'm only going to do 3 cells of these as well. I just want 1 plant for my garden. The other 2 I will share. Or if I decided I need a second one, I can, but I have a good friend, Valerie. I always grow her some seedlings. She's such a sweetheart. Right next to those guys, oh, I didn't put my 1/4 inch of soil on. Let's do that. Alright, let's put my 1/4 inch of soil there. I'm sorry I was off camera. I'm a lousy director when I'm actually planting seeds. What did I say? Oh, jalapenos. So there we go, the jalapenos. It's a jalapeno without heat, basically. And I like poppers, and I can make some for the grandkids, and they won't complain about them. They can enjoy them too. Again, same deal. These are peppers. We're just gonna put 2 seeds for each cell. These are also good if you wanna tame down, like if I'm making cowboy candy and I don't want it totally spicy, I can put some of these in as well. I like it spicy, so I generally will put the spice in, but an option. And if I'm making a hot sauce and I want to tame the heat, that's another, you can put some of these in. The next one I have are hot Portugal peppers. I love these. I make my hot sauce with these. Although I have to note that last year wasn't very spicy. This variety, I mean, this company I used for the first time last year, and it seemed to be less spicy than the ones I got from Fedco. These come from Hudson Valley. So I'm gonna actually do 2 cells of these because my friend Valerie is Portuguese and she loves these. Again, childhood memories. She makes a spicy relish with hers. I have a few seeds. I'm going to definitely have to get some more for next year. So let us cover these. So it's not, as I said, these were a little more mild than the ones I grew before, but I just add something a little more spicy to my hot sauce with it next. You know, when I make it this year, I like a good fermented hot sauce. I found my snapdragons. Alright, hot Portugal here. Hot Portugal here. Alright, let's do... I hope I have enough in here. Holy moly. Huh. Alright, so these... I'll do over here. These are the Craig jalapenos. Did I show you that yet? Apparently I only have a few seeds left, so... I love these jalapenos too. I'm gonna check and see if I have another packet. So 1 seed each, except for the last one gets 2. Hang on a second. Woo! Saved by the bell. No, it's no bell. Yay, got another package. That's what I did. I don't want to ever be without these. It's my favorite jalapeno. I've grown the early jalapeno and they're fine. These get a little bigger. I had good success with them last year and I got 2 flushes, which is good for me in this cold area. So let's go back into that first tray and double up the seeds. That one has 3. And then we'll go to this one and do 2. Because I like to share these with Valerie as well. We're I'm so nervous. Only down to 2 more jars of my pickled jalapenos cowboy candy. So it's like a sweet pickle, a sweet pickling brine. Oh, they're so good on hamburgers and whatnot. Cream cheese. Okay. Crisis averted. Alright, let's get those marked. Craig's Grande. Alright, so for this last tray here, I'm gonna do 1 row of sweet banana peppers and 1 row of New Mex Joe Parker. And then I have 1 more variety of pepper to plant. Oops, 1 minute. I almost said something silly. Have you ever double planted? I do that sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh. I remember doing lettuce and cilantro together one year. I'm like, oops. Alright. So these are the Hungarian hot wax peppers. They too are a little spicy, but you know, not something along somewhere between a jalapeno and maybe a serrano. Alright, 1 row. Get those seeds put away. Let's top it. Oops, just there, I didn't do that one yet. Let's sign it. And sweet banana, okay. I already did Hungarian wax. Scratch all of that. So these I planted were the sweet bananas. I'm sure I did do Hungarian wax. Yeah, I did those over there. Okay. Now for the New Mex Joe Parkers. This is a very mild chili. You hear me counting to myself? Count up to 2, showing my smarts. Alright, there we go. Let's cover 1/4 inch of soil. More or less. Alright, now this tray is all set. I will get another tray going. I have 2 more trays of Thai red chili peppers that I want to do. I only have 1 tag. Alright, so let me go get that set up. Alright, so I'm just going to mist those really quickly here. Then I'll put a little bit of water in the bottom and put a humidity down on. Alright, so I have them under lights. I watered the bottom as well as misting on top, and they're on heat pads. I gotta get another tray started. Alright, let's get back to it. I'm just doing a half tray, so the other one's called a 10 by 20. This one is a 10 by 10. Alright, so this is the Thai red chili peppers. And I'm doing 6 cell. These are brand new seeds, so I think I'm just going to do 1 because you don't get a whole bunch of seeds anymore. These peppers are so good in a stir fry. So yummy. They're a little bit spicy, but they're not horrible. This is the first time I grow these. I usually get them in Chinatown when I go there in Boston. All right, let's cover that with a little bit of soil. So what seeds are you all starting right now? Some of you are down south already planting in your gardens. My soil's frozen. All right, so that's it for peppers this year. Let's go here, and this is going to be straw flowers. I have the tall double mix here from Baker Creek. These, much like the snapdragons, need light to germinate, so we won't be burying these. We're just going to sprinkle a few on each of these cells. I had a couple of plants of these last year, and I don't know, I just find straw flowers so fascinating. Just the whole texture of them is amazing. And usually like things that you have to grow with light or like dust. So yeah, that's what it's like. So we're gonna just sprinkle a little bit on each pot, each cell I should say. Alright. Oh, let's not forget the tags for these. Alright. So this is straw flowers. We're not burying it. We'll just mist it in a bit. We'll just do the Thai red. Here we go. Thai red. Alright, let's go to this pot here. I want to do some dill. Dill you can plant really early in the garden. That'll go in sometime in March. And then I'll do a succession later on when I'm starting something else. I love fresh dill. Fresh dill chopped, maybe parsley or other herbs that you have available, and scrambled eggs with goat cheese is like one of my favorite ways of eating eggs. So I'm just going to do a couple of seeds in each. I actually have some, this packet's been around forever. I have a whole bunch of dill seed upstairs that I just keep in the kitchen. That's going to get a little bit of soil on top too, a little sprinkling. And it's also good like in a salad, just chop it up in a salad. I love to give it to my roommate's stepmother so she can have it on her lox and bagels. She's always quite thrilled to receive that. Alright, so there's my marker. Now let's go to this one. This, I'm going to do a couple of things. In this first row here, I get these seeds from Fedco. This is Pacific Beauty Mix Calendula. It's a cheerful flower, really. And it also is medicinal. And these I actually want to put a little depression in because they're fairly big seeds. And think I'm gonna put 2 in each. Cover that. And that's Pacific Mix Calendula, there we go. And then next, I'm gonna do an amaranth. It's Love Lies Bleeding Red Amaranth. If you get this to grow right, it is a striking flower. It also is actually a grain, so I could feed the leftovers at the end of the season to my chickens or save seeds for myself. And in arrangements, that drapiness, oh, it can be gorgeous if used right. This is another dusty plant, and they want me to surface sow these. Dusty seeds. Alright, so we're just gonna press those in. Alright, so they need the light. I'm just pressing them down. Hopefully they're not sticking to my finger. Hopefully it's bleeding. Okay, now we're gonna go to this section here, and I'm gonna get some parsley started. Flat leaf. Had this one for a while too. I'll show you that. It's a burpee. I love parsley. It's probably the herb I use the most of year round. There's some in the garden. Right now it's frozen, but it'll come back. It'll go to seed this year because it's a biennial. But I'll just snap those seed heads off of the first half of the summer until these guys catch up. But 2, 3, or 4 each of them, we'll see what happens, because again, they're older seed. I'm not too worried. And I'll succession sow this too. There'll be another 6-pack of these at least before the end of my, where's my little tag for this one? There it is. Before I'm done starting seeds. Now this is new for me. This is Salad Burnett. Nicole Smith has some in her garden, and it's actually nice and thick now. It tastes like cucumbers, and you could put it in a salad, thus the name. I don't know what other use you would use this for. I'll have to do some research. It's first time growing these, so here's the seeds. And this remind me of like beet seeds. You don't need a whole lot of this, so I'm just going to put 1 or 2 seeds per cell. Oh, that's 2 on that one. We'll find a little nook in the garden for it. I believe it's perennial. Just cover that with soil. And that is going to be today's sowing. So because I had to start this little tray, I decided to add some more, well, another flower, well, 2, the amaranth and this straw flower, and some herbs, and get those started. I will be doing some cool crop like lettuces for my green stalk, I like to plant that early. And I'll be doing that soon. I'll be planting definitely cilantro then. That'll be sometime next week, probably, or maybe this weekend. All right, so I'm gonna put this in a larger tray so I can put the humidity dome on. But I'll put the water in the bottom of this, mist these down like I did before, and then I'll show them to you in a second. I forgot to do something, and that is to sprinkle these with vermiculite. Now, I'm not gonna do the ones that need the light for germination, which is a straw flower and love lies bleeding. But the rest of them I'm gonna get just a little sprinkle of this. This cuts down on the green algae that sprouts. This is calendula here. And also, I don't tend to have a problem with little gnats, but it also helps against them, and it helps against dampening off. I have to do this on the big tray too. I forgot to do that earlier. I'm very out of practice. So just like that. I'll go take care of the big tray. I'll see you in a second. All right, so this is my little tray. I have it in the larger tray just so I can put the dome on. And then over here is the larger tray, and I did put the vermiculite on that as well. Well, my friends, there you have it. I have some seeds started for this year, 2025. So now I have to put my seeds away back where they belong, and I'm going to take care of that off camera, of course. I just wanted to thank you for joining me today. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you liked this video. If you did, would you consider liking and subscribing? That would be awesome. And my friends who've been here before, I appreciate you all so much. You know, hit the like button and all the things. And as always, my Cape Cod life.